Welcome to this explainer. A lot of people operate under this assumption that once you commit to a spiritual path, boom, you're never going to face another heartbreaking situation. We kind of picture this completely problem-free spiritual life, right? Well, the text we're unpacking today absolutely shatters that illusion. Instead, it offers a really raw, realistic look at resilience, failure, and the actual mechanics of getting back up. Okay, let's dive right into the foundational quote for our whole topic today. It's Proverbs 24, verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. I love this because this single sentence sets up a pretty profound paradox. Think about it. Falling down isn't the exception here, it's literally built right into the equation. The difference between success and total destruction isn't about somehow avoiding the fall, it's entirely about what happens immediately after. Section 1, the core proverb explained. To really grasp this concept, we need to look closely at who is actually taking the fall here. The text defines the word just using its original Hebrew context, meaning lawful or righteous. So it defines the just not as these perfect, invincible superheroes, but simply as godly believers. And honestly, here is the absolute vital takeaway. Even the most righteous individuals are completely vulnerable. You can be right on track, on the right path, but that path, yeah, it still has obstacles that are absolutely going to trip you up. Moving on to Section 2, the reality of falling. Look, committing to a spiritual life does not grant you some sort of magical immunity from the storm. And let's not sugarcoat it. Failing brings tremendous heartache. But beyond just that internal pain, there's all this external, social pressure. We're talking about intense peer scrutiny and just agonizing rumors. It's this specific, crushing combination of internal and external pressure that makes people just want to throw in the towel and quit. It's a very real, very human response to getting knocked down. Section 3, faith and the storm. So instead of just passively accepting defeat, faith is depicted here as a relentless fighter. And this brings us to the core mathematical metaphor of the text. It's simple, really. If you get knocked down 7 times, faith dictates that you get up 8, period. Even when you take a hit right in the proverbial mouth, faith basically motions to the problem and says, keep coming. You dust yourself off, you square your shoulders, and you just keep fighting. You absolutely do not quit. Now you might be wondering, but how do you actually do that? Because rising again requires a precise process, not just blind, feel-good optimism. Step 1, seek the face of God. Step 2, humble yourself. And step 3, repent. By following this exact sequence, the individual anchors their faith. It ensures they're brought back up, no matter how severe that failure was. This brings us to a truly powerful reframing of adversity from Pastor Aaron Crabb. He says, you were never meant to live in the storm. You are just going through. Think about how true that is. Too many of us, well, we kind of set up permanent residence in our failures. But the storm is just a temporary passage. By simply going through it, experiencing it, you were designed to grow way stronger than you were before the storm even started. Which leads us right into Section 4, contrasting the wicked. To fully illuminate this path, we have to look at the binary outcome presented by the proverb. On one side, we have the just. They fall, they face the ugly rumors and the massive storm, but they rise up again for that crucial 8th time. Now, on the other side, we have the wicked. Their outcome is ultimate destruction, falling into mischief. So the defining difference here isn't the fall itself. Everybody falls. The difference is resilience versus ruin. And finally, Section 5, how to treat others. This brings us to a really profound pivot in our explainer. We're moving from our own internal struggles to our ethical duty when witnessing someone else's failure. When you see a person fail, you absolutely must first recognize their basic humanity. I mean, they are flesh, blood, and bone exactly like you. You've got to validate that they have real feelings. You might know a little bit about their situation, sure, but you definitely don't know the unseen spiritual warfare they're actually facing behind closed doors. Because of this, the text strictly, and I mean strictly, warns against treating them with any contempt whatsoever. Instead of rushing to judgment, there are clear, actionable steps for the community to actively support their peers. Step 1, pray for them, never against them. Step 2, actively help them and just be there for them. And step 3, help restore them if they are truly remorseful. Empathy and active restoration are framed here as literally the ultimate Christian duty. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final thought. The mechanics of resilience, they aren't just about how you handle your own failures. They're equally about how you handle the failures of those around you. When someone in your life falls, when they're facing that crushing heartache and intense peer scrutiny, how do you react? Are you going to treat them with contempt and add fuel to the fury of their storm? Or will you step in, help them square their shoulders, and encourage them to get back up for the 8th time? Think about that for a while. Thanks so much for joining me today.